Ladies and gentlemen, friends and fellow travelers on this journey we call life, as the year comes to a close and we approach Christmas 2025, I want to take a moment to pause, not just to celebrate the season, but to reflect on the journey we've been on together. It's easy in the midst of lights, festivities, and the rush of year, and to forget the significance of the moments that brought us here. Yet these moments, both big and small, are the building blocks of who we are, what we value, and what we aspire to become. This year, like every year, has been a collection of experiences. Some of them were joyous, some of them were challenging. Some of them pushed us to the limits of our patience, our courage, and our hope. And yet, here we are. We've learned, we've grown, and we've survived. And that alone is something to be grateful for. Life, in essence, is not about perfection, it is about progress. It is about learning to rise after every fall, to embrace uncertainty, and to walk forward even when the path is unclear. Too often, we measure our lives by outcomes, the awards, the recognition, the achievements without acknowledging the courage it takes simply to try. And today, I want to remind you, the courage to try is the most important victory of all. Christmas at its heart is not just about celebration, it is about connection. It is about recognizing the people and experiences that give our lives meaning. It is about pause, reflection, and understanding the deeper why behind what we do. And in 2025, perhaps more than ever, we need to reconnect with that sense of purpose. Because purpose is not something we find in a gift, a decoration, or a fleeting moment of joy. It is something we cultivate in the way we show up for others, in the way we treat ourselves, and in the way we embrace each day as an opportunity to grow. And here's the thing about purpose. It isn't reserved for extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. Purpose is available to anyone willing to reflect, willing to act, and willing to lead, with care, with empathy, and with courage. In a world that often feels chaotic, disconnected, or overwhelming, the choice to lead with purpose is radical. It is revolutionary. It changes not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. Now, let's think about the past year. What did it teach you? Where did you grow? Where did you stumble? And perhaps most importantly, what moments brought you joy, even if they were small, fleeting, or unexpected? These are the moments that define us more than the challenges. They are reminders that life, in all its complexity, is beautiful. And as we approach Christmas, we have a unique opportunity to pause, reflect, and carry those lessons forward into the next chapter. Because here's the truth. The year ahead, 2026, will not wait for us to be ready. It will bring challenges, opportunities, and moments of joy, whether we are prepared or not. And our ability to navigate it with clarity, resilience, and purpose depends on how we reflect, how we grow, and how we act now. This Christmas, I encourage you to ask yourself some questions. Not questions about what you want to achieve, or what you need to acquire, but questions about how you want to live. How do you want to show up for the people you love? How do you want to contribute to the community around you? How do you want to be remembered not just for what you did, but for how you made people feel? These are the questions that matter. These are the questions that give life meaning. And as we think about giving this season, let us remember that giving is not measured by the size of the gift, or by the cost, or by the grandeur of the gesture. Giving is measured by the intent. It is measured by the thoughtfulness, the empathy, and the connection behind the action. A kind word, a note of encouragement, or even just presence. The decision to be fully present with someone is sometimes the most profound gift of all. Christmas also reminds us that hope is never out of reach. No matter how challenging the past year has been, no matter how uncertain the future may feel, there is always hope. Hope is not a passive feeling, it is an active choice. It is the decision to believe in possibility, to believe in change, and to believe in the potential for goodness, even when circumstances seem difficult. Hope is what allows us to wake up tomorrow and try again. Hope is what fuels leadership, empathy, and courage. As we look forward to the new year, remember that growth and change require action. Reflection alone is not enough. Vision alone is not enough. Courage, intention, and perseverance are what transform ideas into reality. This is why Christmas, with all its pause, reflection, and celebration, should also be a call to action. It is a reminder that the life we desire, the impact we hope to create, and the person we aspire to become are all built through daily choices and consistent effort. As we move deeper into this season of reflection, it's important to consider the lessons that 2025 has offered us. Not the lessons that come easily, but the ones that challenged us, stretched us, and made us uncomfortable. Because growth does not happen in comfort zones. Growth happens when we face adversity, when we confront our fears, and when we refuse to settle for the easy or convenient path. Take a moment to think about your own year. What were the moments that tested your patience, your courage, or your resolve? Where did you stumble, and what did those stumbles teach you? And perhaps most importantly, how did you respond? Did you rise stronger? Did you seek to learn from the experience? Did you allow yourself to grow even when it hurt? These reflections are not meant to bring guilt. They are meant to guide you toward a stronger, wiser, and more intentional self in 2026. Christmas is also a time to consider legacy. Legacy is not measured by wealth, position, or fame. Legacy is measured by the impact you have on the lives of others, the kindness you offer, and the moments of courage you demonstrate. Ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave in your personal life, in your community, and in the world? And remember, legacy is built daily not in grand gestures, but in consistent acts of integrity, empathy, and care. One of the most profound lessons we can carry into the new year is the understanding that we are all connected. The way we act, the words we speak, and the decisions we make ripple outward, affecting not only our own lives but the lives of countless others. This realization is both humbling and empowering. It reminds us that our choices matter, that our presence matters, and that our ability to create positive change is far greater than we often realize. And while reflection and connection are vital, so too is action. Reflection without action is like a map without a journey. Connection without action is like intention without impact. As you prepare for 2026, ask yourself, what actions will you take to align with your purpose? How will you show up differently? How will you invest your time, energy, and resources in ways that reflect your values and aspirations? The new year is not simply an opportunity to set resolutions. It is an opportunity to commit to meaningful action, to lead with heart, and to live intentionally. Consider the story of a community leader who, despite personal challenges, dedicated themselves to improving the lives of others. Their efforts were not always recognized. Progress was slow, and yet they persisted. They showed up day after day with empathy, courage, and consistency. Their legacy was not built on headlines, it was built on the countless small actions that transformed lives quietly but profoundly. This story reminds us that leadership, generosity, and purpose are cultivated over time through persistent, intentional action. This holiday season, it's worth remembering that leadership is not reserved for those with titles, power, or influence. Leadership begins in the small, everyday choices we make. The way we treat people, the way we show up in our relationships, and the way we face challenges. Leadership is about taking responsibility, speaking up when it matters, and creating environments where others can thrive. Christmas is also a reminder of resilience. Every year comes with its own challenges, moments when life does not go as planned, when setbacks occur, or when our expectations are unmet. And yet, we endure, we adapt, we grow. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about embracing it, learning from it, and letting it strengthen us. It is about showing up again, day after day, even when the path is unclear. Resilience is what allows us to celebrate this season fully, to find joy amidst imperfection, and to carry hope into the new year. And while resilience teaches us to endure, creativity teaches us to imagine. This Christmas, allow yourself to dream not just for yourself, but for the people you care about. Imagine new possibilities, new ways of connecting, and new ways of contributing. Innovation and growth often begin with a simple question: what if? What if we approached challenges differently? What if we prioritized empathy over convenience? What if we acted with more courage, more hope, and more generosity? Asking these questions allows us to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to create solutions that have a lasting impact. Now, let's consider gratitude. Gratitude is more than a polite acknowledgement of gifts or kind gestures. It is a mindset, a lens through which we see life. When we cultivate gratitude, we are able to find meaning even in difficult circumstances. We notice the small joys that often go overlooked: the laughter of a child, the warmth of a fire, the simple pleasure of a shared meal. Gratitude amplifies hope, deepens connection, and fuels resilience. This Christmas, let gratitude guide your reflections and your actions. Let it remind you that no matter the challenges you've faced, there is always something to celebrate, always someone to honor, and always hope for the days ahead. As we stand at the close of this year and the threshold of a new one, it is time to carry forward the lessons, the gratitude, and the hope that this season inspires. 2025 has brought us growth, challenge, and reflection, and it has prepared us for the possibilities of 2026. The question now is simple, yet profound. How will you choose to show up in the year ahead? Let this Christmas be a reminder that the power to create meaningful change lies within you. It lies in the choices you make, the courage you summon, and the intentionality with which you act. Each day in 2026 is a blank page. Each conversation, decision, and effort is a brushstroke painting the life you desire. You are the author of your story, the architect of your impact, and the leader of your own journey. Remember, it shows apply refuse, that S to DEF, fear envy the us, but the small, consistent actions taken with purpose and heart. The moments when we choose empathy over convenience, courage over comfort, and generosity over self-interest, these are the moments that create ripples far beyond what we can see. In choosing to live intentionally, you inspire others to do the same. You lead not only with words, but with presence, with integrity, and with love. As you reflect on the past year, take pride in your resilience. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, and every moment of doubt you conquered has made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Life will never be without difficulty, but it is in the face of difficulty that our character is forged, our purpose is clarified, and our impact is multiplied. Hope, then, must be your guide. Hope is not a fleeting feeling. It is a decision to believe in possibility, to take action even when outcomes are uncertain, and to lead with optimism. Let hope inspire your vision, fuel your courage, and sustain your resilience. With hope as your compass, every step you take will move you closer to the life you aspire to live, and the impact you aspire to create. And as you embrace hope, embrace connection, this Christmas, take the time to nurture the relationships that matter most. Show appreciation for those who support you. Offer encouragement to those who are struggling. Share your time, attention, and presence generously. The quality of our relationships is often the most lasting measure of our lives. By investing in meaningful connection, we create joy, trust, and a legacy that endures far beyond material gifts or fleeting achievements. But Christmas is also a call to action. Reflection and gratitude are essential, but they must be paired with intentional steps forward. Ask yourself, how will I lead with courage in 2026? How will I embrace growth, serve others, and make a difference in ways both big and small? What actions can I take today that will ripple into lasting impact tomorrow? The answers to these questions will guide your path and empower you to live a life of purpose. And finally, let joy be your companion. Joy is not a result of perfection. It is a choice to find beauty, love, and meaning even amidst challenges. Celebrate the simple pleasures. Cherish the moments of laughter and togetherness. Recognize that life, despite its uncertainties, is a gift, and that each day offers an opportunity to live fully, love deeply, and act intentionally. So, this Christmas, I invite you to pause, reflect, and renew your commitment to yourself, to those you love, and to the world around you. Carry gratitude in your heart, hope in your vision, courage in your actions, and joy in every step you take. Enter 2026 not with hesitation, fear, or doubt, but with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Remember this, the world does not need perfection. It needs leaders of compassion, visionaries of integrity, and people willing to act with intention. And you are capable of all of this. You have the power to inspire, to create, and to lead not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. As the lights of Christmas glow, as the warmth of loved ones surrounds you, and as the year draws to a close, carry with you this simple, profound truth. Your life matters, your choices matter, and your impact matters. Step into 2026 with hope, purpose, and courage. Lead with heart, act with integrity. Love without reservation, and let this next year be your most extraordinary yet. Merry Christmas, and may the new year bring you joy, growth, and the fulfillment of your highest aspirations.